Hello Geminis, welcome to my astrology channel. When watching, please keep in mind your culture, your blood, and how you were raised, as all of these combined with our birth chart helps make us who we are. Now that we're out of grounded Taurus, we're on to the third sign in the zodiac, the intelligent yet unpredictable Gemini. Gemini is the end of spring. Spring is still here, but now we're changing from spring and adapting to summer. Gemini is an intellect, a web of thoughts and ideas. Ruled by the twins, Gemini needs talking and listening to find a balance to getting good at both. There's a duality here, an inner dialogue. Two personalities within them that come out whenever it suits them. Exalted in Mercury, the fastest planet in the solar system, according to Greek mythology as Hermes, the cosmic trickster, the intellectual god who has a free pass to go anywhere, who delivers messages to the gods and guides souls into the underworld after death. Mercury also rules over in-between times and spaces. Now mutable is changing, adapting, conforming, while air is communication, intellect, logic. As a mutable air sign, his thoughts go everywhere, versus a mutable earth sign, Virgo, who is seen going everywhere in a practical way, crossing off to-do lists, making spreadsheets, but Gemini is on the move with his mind. I think, Gemini words. Ruling the third house of communication, immediate environment, school, siblings, short distance travel, goddess. At age 14 to 21 exemplifies Gemini as the adolescent reaching the uncertainty of young adulthood. This age is all about exploring yourself through social interactions and trying out different groups to see what fits best. Age 14 to 21 makes total sense for Gemini. They're usually fun, usually like to party, super chatty and full of curiosity and ideas. They thrive in a creative, free-flowing environment. The new is exciting for Gemini. They get bored easily and like to find new people to talk to and new places and environments to explore. The shadow side of Gemini. So Geminis, before I get into your shadow side, I'm sorry to break this to you, but you are the most hated sign in the zodiac. So I'll just tell it to you straight up, Geminis. The reason why you have this reputation is mostly because we don't know who we're gonna get when we walk around the corner. You're happy at breakfast and snapping at me as we're leaving to get into the car. No consistency. Keeps things interesting, I guess, but it's a lot sometimes. So now a lot of these shadow sides may not even apply to you. I can name 3 Geminis I'm close with who are honest, reliable people. Stable, very stable. I can also name 3 Geminis who live up to these shadow side reputations, for sure. So, the shadow side of Gemini can be contradicting, rude, two-faced, unstable, gets bored easily, reputation for being the least honest and least loyal sign, scam artist, manipulating, flighty, flaky, easily distracted, can be a little on the surface. If you identify with any of these shadow qualities, a good way to confront these issues would be to look to your sister sign, Sagittarius. Sagittarius is opposite to you on the zodiac wheel. Sagittarius is the remedy for Gemini. By faith, belief, and mind-stretching experience, heal amorality, mind gymnastics, and attachment to intellect. Gemini is always collecting new facts and data, so reach to Sagittarius for that one truth to ground yourself morally and mentally. As a Christian, I like to add a piece of scripture to each of my videos. So for Gemini, I picked Matthew 15:11. Not what goes into the mouth defiles a man, but what comes out of the mouth, this defiles a man. I think we all struggle with biting our tongue when we have a rude comment or critique, but it is especially harder for a Gemini to keep their mouth shut sometimes when they're in a mood. Just try to remember, Gemini, that what we say affects other people, so let's try to be courteous of others. This goes for myself included, even though I don't have any Gemini in me, but still.
So I personally love talking to Geminis. They're so sharp. You have to be really on your toes when you're talking to a Gemini. because they're witty. They'll be very engaged with the conversation. I find Geminis to be really funny, very easy to talk to, smart and on point. Definitely contradicting. Oh my gosh, they change their mind as the wind blows. I can't keep up. Here's an example. I had a professional organizer come to my apartment and we'd go through a drawer and she said, okay, a lot of this needs to be thrown away. You don't need all of it. And I kind of argued at first, like, no, I want to keep it all. But eventually she convinced me I didn't need all of it. 2 days later, when she came over, she handed me something and asked me what I want to do with it. And I said, you can throw it away. And she said, wait a minute, now you know I don't like throwing stuff away. Geminis do crap like that all the time. Unless they have more grounded placements in their birth chart. Their brain is like a computer, retracting bits and pieces of information from its memory. That's why they have such a great memory, especially for little bits and pieces of information. It's said that they speak to kindred spirits, mimicking the words of everyone they've ever met. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you found this video relatable, please comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you're interested in further understanding Gemini, check out these videos. God bless!